going on, YouTube? It's your boy Young Remeth, and today we are here gathered here to do a little guideline and guide base what to do, what not to do for DC Dark Legion. Now, as a new player, when you get in this, your base will definitely not look like mine because it makes sense. You're a new player, whatever. But first thing I would suggest is, if you want to get a little heads up, a little easy boost, make sure you I'll put my friend code in the description. You can use that to increase your boost, it will give you a little help in the beginning as as I got my boost from my friend. That's how we got this going on. Now, what's the first thing we're going to talk about? The first thing we're going to talk about, I think, on this guide, we're going to talk about your base manager and what's the most important thing in your base. Well, I think the first thing let's try to categorize. Let's say we'll talk about character and we'll talk about base. The base is as important as the character, even though you need the character to clear content, more characters, all that kind of stuff. But your base is one of the most important thing in this game. Now, the most important piece in this base early on, which you will know, is the war room. Now, as you can see, my war room here is level 13 and I'm upgrading it to level 14, and it's going to take me 25 hours to do the upgrade, which is going to be a lot. And the more you upgrade it, the more time it gets added. This for me wasn't 24 hours, it was actually a day, 1 day and 7 hours, and I used some speed up drone, research drone to increase it, but we'll talk about that later. The first thing first you gotta understand is the war room basically dictates the level of your character. What I mean by that is, well, when you first start, like you see my characters here are level 90. This is my main team on the top here. We got Superman, we got Batman, we got Red Hood, we got Wonder Woman, Mara. We'll explain all that later. But what the most important thing about this is, the base dictates what level cap your character can be. So as you can see, I have Black Canary here, who is level 1, right? Now I'm gonna upgrade it just for the sake of the video. If depending on what level your base is, actually I'm only gonna because it shows it right here. Depending on whatever your base level is, mine base is level 14. In order for me to go from level 90 to level 100, I need to increase my war room to level 14, which is what I am in the process of doing. That's why I'm have to wait for these 24 hours. So it's gonna take a lot of time, real lifetime, real hours. So you always have to prioritize. Your number one priority should always be trying to get your base going. Your base should always be your number one priority at all the levels, which is good because if you go here in this little cog right here, I am playing this on the PC engine, by the way. I have it on my phone as well, but I just, for the sake of recording, I'll play it on a PC, so it's much more, you can see a better recording, better sound, audio, etc. But you can see in this cog here, your war room is always dictates by itself. So when you upgrade your war room, it's never gonna take resources away from anything else that's been upgraded at the time. Early on in the game, yeah, it's a little bit iffy because you have to get this, because the tutorial, you have to get this, you have to get the war room, you gotta get the power room so there's power in the place and all that kind of stuff. So, but yes, your war room is one of the most important thing that you could do, that you need to upgrade. You always have to keep up with your war room. The second one is going to be the war room is always the first upgrade. The second one being is, as much as it doesn't make any sense, it's gonna be your living quarters. Actually, I will split into two: the living quarters, and then the technical side of all the other stuff, which will be the armory, right? You have the research lab, which is very important. As important, I will explain why I'm putting the living quarter in that situation. I will explain now in a second. And then you have your manufacturing booth, which you will get when you get to war room level 5. Start popping up over there. Like you get stuff like weighing steel, you get stuff like weighing chip. All these are all important for the main upgrade. So as any type of game like this, as a gacha game like this, in order for you, a base building gacha game like that, in order for you to upgrade your war room, your other room has to be in check, has to be in a good level. Now, let's go back to the living quarter for a second. The reason why I said the living quarter is important is because when you upgrade, when living quarter is basically where your hero live, right? So when they don't have their own room, or as you can see, if you were to zoom in right now, you see everybody has their own room, the little window. It tells you who's what. The more hero you get, the more easier it is for you to clear the story, right? But it's also the more production wise that you need to be able to make in your war room. Now you can see here we have a training nexus, a biolab, weighing steel, weighing chip, armory, drone, and research laboratory, power plants, etc. Now, when you're getting the living quarters set up, it will actually help you with the status of how much your production is going to be. Now you see my boost is my production is at plus 79.2% boost of production, which you will need that in order for you to get more production out of your thing, out of your base, right? Because it's like, think about it like this: it's like a house. If everybody knows to live comfortably, they won't want to do stuff. They won't want to work, and they want to get stuff done. And that's what a living quarter is for. That's why I think it's one of the most important thing, because you gotta make sure you have place for these heroes. You gotta make sure they're good and happy, basically, for you to get a good boost in your status and a good boost in your production. Your production is one of the main key for you, in order for you to get stuff, to be able to upgrade gear and utilities faster, right? The more production you have, the better it is for you. Now, on second up, I was saying research laboratory is important, but research laboratory kind of opens up later. I'm not quite sure if it's between 5 and 6 or if it's 7, but it's around there. Now, with the research lab, it allows you to do like any other base building game. It allows you to research tech, which in my case, as you can see right now, I'm researching the camouflage technique level 5, and that's will also take a significant amount of time to continue. Take its time. Everything is based on real time. So the beginning, the very first one may be 57 seconds. The second one will be 2 minutes, 35 minutes, and it'll always increase the more you're trying to research something. Same as your war room. The higher you're researching, the higher the timer of that wait time is going to be. Next thing that we have here is going to be so what are the rooms and what they do. Well, let's go back to it. Let's explain every room and what they do, so that everybody can understand and we can all start on a better base, right? So right below your war room is going to be your training nexus. Your training nexus is where you can basically boost your hero. Now you have your I have my 5 mains right here. My 5 mains is Superman, Batman, Red Hood, Wonder Woman, and Mira. They're both level 90. Now what the level sync does is it takes the lowest hero in my base part, my main party, my base party, and it takes the level and it boosts it. It boosts that hero to the level of my main party. So what I'm doing right now, as you can see, I have a spot open right now, and I want to have Harley Quinn up to level 90. So now level syncing, it syncs the level to the highest member, to the lowest member of your party. In my case, my lowest member of my party is level 90. So Harley Quinn's become level 90. And that's pretty much the use of this room. Now, also what it also does is it makes XP for your character. So like, as you can see, these little notes here, these little XP tokens are created by the training nexus, and you need it to level up your character when you're starting from level 1, right? As you can see, it's right there. That's what the training nexus also makes. Now at the library, it gives you mental acuity, which is, as you saw in the living quarters, if you go to your heroes, you go to status, you see there's a mental acuity champion with 0 mental acuity. You need to study in a library, upgrade the library speed to the mental acuity. So it does do something. It helps your mental acuity, which actually, I'm gonna lie to you, I didn't quite notice the impact of it. But then again, I've always make sure all my rooms are level, all my rooms are properly, who needs to be appointed where, which I will explain all that in a second. Now, the next thing that we need to check here is the next one we'll go to is the drone room. Now, the drone room is important. It's important for two things. One, it helps you create these drones here. These drones, you see, I make a certain amount. It's a certain amount of them per cycle, right? Which is doing a cycle right now. And as you can see right now, I have 132 of them. Now, what do the drones do? Now, let's say you have, what they basically do is they speed up the construction time that it would take to do something. So right now you see here I have 25 minutes, 35 hours, 46 minutes, and 22 seconds. Now if I go to speed up, it's gonna ask me how many drones do you want to use to speed up, the bot drones to use. And if I use it, it was gonna bring it down to, instead of it's gonna bring it down to 23 hours, right? And I'll use that right now just to show you. So I went from 25 hours to 23 hours. That's what that is. That's what the drone do. That's what the drone room is. Also kind of rank a little high. It's important to be making the drone because it will help you to lower that timer, lower that time that you need for you to build stuff, which is great for future users. It's always, it's helpful. Now the next one is the biolab. Now the biolab makes these little what do they even call? Let me go look at what they're called real quick. The biolab make this little thing here, a stimulator. Now what the stimulator do is, the stimulator is what you need when you're leveling your hero. For example, let's use Black Canary again, 167. I will level it up just for the video so you guys can see it visually. When you level up Black Canary, the first level cap, it's always by 10, right? So 10, 20, 30, etc. So when you get here in a level cap, assuming your base is high enough level, you press raise level cap, and you will need to use this stimulator caps, right, to increase the level cap. And when you pop it, level cap increase. Now you can level up to 20. That's what they use, and they're primarily made in the biolab. So you always gotta make sure the biolab is up to check. So most of the time, you gotta make sure all your rooms are adequately good. And honestly, the fastest way to do this will be, you go see the little cog right here again. You go to this little cog right here. You will see a construction, and you'll see a research and the war room, because it separates the two, which is great. That's a good thing. Some games put them all together, so if you're upgrading the main base, you can't upgrade the bottom part, which is kind of, it's a little bit annoying. So right now you see I am upgrading my Wayne still for the next 2 minutes. Now done, there'll be a green button here. You press it. That's the easiest. It's like the easiest way for you. Actually, you know what? I will pop this off right now, finish it off because it's only 8, and confirm. So now my Wayne steel is done. So now it says 2 out of 3. You see that? 2 out of 3. Now, if you want to, you could buy this. I think it's one of the best purchase in the game. This thing right here, it gives you a second construction, so you can do 2 constructions at the same time. I just didn't buy it. I haven't buy it yet because I'm kind of trying to see. I wanted to play a little bit of a free to play run. Now I pay to play, but I'm trying not to buy anything that's make it consider like I'm paying to progress type of thing. And I just wanted to see how long I could take it before I get really annoyed and I want to buy a second one. That's my challenge for myself. So you will go here. You see how I say Edo, there's a green. You press this, and it will always automatically point you to the lowest level room that you have available, which in my case is my Wayne chip that I just freshly built, because I already have another one that's already level 9. And then, also the next thing you should know, if you want to upgrade button, if you hold it down, on a phone or on a computer, it doesn't matter. If you hold it down, it will upgrade. It's a little finicky sometimes when you press it. Sometimes it doesn't do it. But if you hold it down, most of the time, it will, automatically fill the whole thing. And you press upgrade, boom. Now it's going. And now, when you're in a clan, this hand will pop up here, and you press it, and it will send a help to your friends, and they will help you build it so they can slower the time and you can build it faster. Now, that's basically what the needs of all these things is. Now the next one, the next important room that you always gotta keep in touch and always make sure it's up. It's actually the armory. The armory is a little bit of a later room. I think it's war room level 10, maybe 9, maybe 8. I can't quite remember when I opened it. But what the armory does is it helps you craft gear for your character. So you can see here there's 3 crafting gear because I am already at the level 11 war room, right? When you start early, you'll be down here, right? And as you progress, obviously you upgrade it, it will keep progressing down the line. And basically what happens is it will give you a crafting method. It will tell you the class that is crafting. So right here, the class that will be crafting, it will be crafting an assassin class, a mage class, and a precision sniper class, right? And it will give you the rarity. It will tell you 80% of can craft you a 80% chance of crafting level 1 to level 100, or an epic level 101 to level 40, or an epic plus, which will have this icon here, and you have a 2% chance of doing it. Now, I'm pretty sure it's a fixed odds. Well, not fixed odds. If fixed odds isn't like the percentage doesn't change, but I'm pretty sure the higher you go, the different you start getting, but also the different percentage you'll be getting, right? So in case of, like, for example, level 13, it will give me a higher chance of crafting normal epic, but it will give me a 1% chance of crafting a legendary. What that means is I will show you. You get a bunch of this. I don't really know what that material is called. Let me check here. This material here, the alloy, which you can get it from the Wayne Steel, which is Wayne Steel. Wayne Steel make the steel. Wayne Chips makes chips. It's pretty self-explanatory, And then Wayne Chips make different type of chips. It's pretty self-explanatory. So what you can do is when you go to the armory, you can make a gear, right? I'll make some. It makes 10 at a time. Boom. I got a little lucky. I got a normal epic belt. And you do it again. I do it again here. I got another normal epic belt. And you do it again here. Not a normal. I'm trying to see if I can get lucky. Get that YouTube luck. But I'm not really getting lucky. See, we got lucky. So I got an epic plus, which you can tell by the little corner symbol right there. The little arrow V shape kind of in the corner there. And then you make the gear. You go to your heroes and you equip it. Now all my heroes are already set. They're already pretty good. They all got good gear on them. I don't need to change nothing. That's beside the case. Now the next thing that this room is, in order for you to upgrade this room, you need to do what is called the construction, which you can see in the corner here. Press the construction button. At first you will see it will do like you need this block here. Like I have 3,000 of them to level up the armory. So whenever you make this gear, you equip all the gear to the people that you want to equip gear. Make sure you have the first and your second team all equipped, right? Then you come here and you will see here, right? For example, if you're starting out, you have uncommon and below, right? I'm a rare and below, so hence I'm a rare plus and below, right? Since that's why it's showing. So when you come here and you see nothing, don't panic. Just press this right here, and it will it will show you the proper bracket that your gear is on at the moment. So when I press this right here, you can see all my higher tier gear that I have that I didn't want to delete. All you gotta do is just auto and this construct. Now it will give you this material here, building blocks. Building blocks is what you need to use. Well, you need to use to upgrade the armory, which is you can see right here. I need 1,600 building block to upgrade my armory to level 12, which I will do. I will do that later. Actually, I'll do that. I'll start doing that right now because I need, you gotta always upgrade your armory to get better gear, to clear higher content. Now, that's the base. The base is basically shirt. And up here, here, before I forget, up here with this little electricity symbol here, it will show you your power status. Your power comes from the power plants, basically. And it will tell you if you are below 20% efficiency, which means you're not making enough energy. And if you're at 0%, which you're making just barely enough energy, 20%, 30%. I'm keeping up with it, so hence why I'm above 30%. It will tell you how much power you're consuming in your whole base, and how much you're making and power you're consuming. Now, I don't know what happened. I haven't had that situation happen to me yet, where your base is so advanced that you're using more power than you're making. I don't know what happens then, because like I said, I always do my tactic of come here, press, and then you just press the arrow button, whichever, and you'll pick whichever one that's the lowest, and it will upgrade it. I always do that, just so, because there's a lot of room. I have a lot of room now I need to take care of, especially these little room in the corner here. Like for example, this weighing chip is level 6. I barely scroll sometime down here, so that's why I always press that. And I prioritize other rooms, like, you know, your armory, your research bar, because you need to be able to do higher research, right? Now, that's for the base. Now, next thing is we'll check is the champions. Now, I will probably showcase a previous tier list that I came across in the Discord earlier. I will showcase it in that tier list, and then I will explain, and I will tell you basically the tier list that I've seen on the DC Discord. I think that tier list is outdated on many different fronts. The reason why I mean is, I'll pop up the tier list on the video so you guys can see it, but I'm gonna pull up a copy of it on the side here, just to give alliteration between characters. Now, there has been a lot of talk, especially me and my friend. My friend who got me to start playing this game. We'll be doing a lot of testing on many of the character display on the tier list, and many of them are display in like, oh, they're D, or like if I'll pop this tier list in the video so you can see it. That tier list showcases some. I will definitely make a tier list later on, just because I'm still in the process of testing characters here and there, just to make sure who's who, what does what. Well, the tier list I showcase here, the March tier list from Dark Legion Discord, I think it's right on certain aspect, but I think it's also wrong on certain aspect. For example, it says that Stargirl is a D character, right? Some characters agree with. I think Catwoman is definitely most overrated character in this game. D is very much guaranteed for Catwoman. But for example, Stargirl here, I couldn't understand. At first I took the tier list by face value, and I was like, yeah, no, tier list makes sense. You know, Catwoman, Stargirl doesn't seem like it doesn't do anything. But here's something that you will notice later on when you're doing stuff. For example, I'm gonna do combat tier here, right, really quickly, just to showcase something. Now, if you look on the tier list, it will tell you that, for example, on my team here, it will tell you that Deadshot, which is my character here, which I don't even have him build. Just keep in mind, he's not that build. He's no star. He's whatever. Deadshot is a C character. Who else is it here? Batgirl is a B character, and also Red Hood is also a B character. Now, if you notice, you'll see that Red Hood is in my main team. Now, I just want you to take a look at this fight, and even though the only person in this team that I'll build is Superman, because he's in my main team, Wonder Woman, because she's on my main team, and Red Hood was in my main team. This is one of those damage the boss as much as you can, and you get placed on the tier list, blah 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 type of situation. I wish I could skip it, but I can't skip it till it goes to. But it'll be done pretty quickly. What I'm trying to make, conclusion I'm trying to make to is that the tier list that we have right now, the March tier list, I don't think it sells the whole picture. The reason why I state that is because when you look at the after the fight, which I will show you in a second when my team dies, when you look at after the fight, it doesn't display all the information of all the characters that are doing in that fight. So if you're basing your tier list surely on damage, some characters will pop up, some character won't. You know, if you're basing if you're trying to look at it based on utilities, it doesn't display utilities. But we all know that certain characters are good utilities for what they provide to a team, or what they can give to a team, instead of just pure damage, right? One of the best example of that is Stargirl. If you look, actually no, the fight's over. Let's look at this right now. I am rank 188. My server is hot right now. It's crazy. Now, if you look at this, you will see that, oh, Superman did so much damage. Superman is busted. We know this. I know this. You should know this by now. Superman's one of the best characters in the game. S plus in my opinion. But even though Batgirl only did 117k damage, her kit allows her to buff everybody else crits. Now, because usually I will have Batman in here instead of Wonder Woman, but because I'm fighting, who I'm fighting there, let me actually want to take a screenshot of this because it'd be better to be explained it later. It'll make more sense when I showcase. This is why I'm on a PC, because it's easier. But yes, characters like because I'm fighting Devastator, right? So it's like, the reason why Wonder Woman is there because she shields herself, which makes her more a meat shield. Basically, just makes her a meat to just take damage and take attention away from other people, so that my damage they can do damage. Now, what I was trying to explain was, if you look at a girl like Stargirl, she's really ranked very low on the tier list. And if you're basing it based on damage, yes, it makes sense. She's ranked very low on that tier list because for a multitude of reasons. But if you look at her a kit, then you understand, wait a minute, maybe she's worth more than just the damage. For example, before Devastator 2 came around, there was another character, that was another boss, war boss that was there. But that war boss specializes in debuffing. And if you're reading Star Girl kit right now, you'll realize that she dispels debuffs and then gives you damage negation. Reduce the damage you take by 15%. Now I only have a 1-star. I only have her white 2-star, 1-star right now. So which means this ability is active. These other two are not active. Next thing to explain, actually, before I say anything else, the star of your character dictates which abilities they will use. If you have, like Superman, you have a full kit, they will use the full kit. If you have like a girl, like I have here with Penguin, he will only use these two abilities because these are the only ones that are active. Actually, no, he will only use this one because it's the only one that's active. If you get 2 stars, then you will use this one, as you can see, unlock via multiforce. I have to get another star for me to unlock this ability. If I unlock my 3rd star, I will get this ability. Unlock a 3-star. As you can see, if I get I will unlock it a 5-star. That's how this game works. 2-star, 1-star, both of these abilities are used. 3-star, all 3 are used. 5-star, all 4 abilities will be used and passive. That's how that works. My next tip for you is, don't just believe on the tier list that's circularly, like especially the Mars tier list. I'm using that example because that's technically the only tier list that's around right now. Don't just take everybody's face value on what they say on what character is the best. And that we get, like, for example, Batgirl rated very low, a B tier character, but because of what she does, Batgirl scans the entire battlefield, summons a dual ally to transfer energy. She gives more energy to people, and then increase all ally crit rate by 12%, and she increased crit. Now, as you just witnessed, if I put that together with my team that I'm running, that's why you have people like Red Hood able to hit 258k damage, right? And that's her specialty. She's a buffer. But because the game doesn't display those stats, when you look at the end game stats, it doesn't say, oh, Batgirl. I don't know how you will go about saying that Batgirl buffed crit on the stats, but I wish it says something as damage mitigated or stuff like that, because now it just tells you damage, the healing, and the damage taken. But if someone mitigates damage, you won't know. If someone remove, you won't know because it doesn't tell you those stats, right? So that's what I'm saying. Check the characters, read what the character do before you make the assumption that, oh, maybe this character is not the best. Now, I can give you for beginners, the most basic tip I can give you is honestly just use anybody you got in your team. Just make sure there's a synergy. By synergy, I mean you have a bunch of teams here. You have assassin, you have the class, you have assassin, you have warriors, you have assassins, which are these. I don't have a single assassin unlocked except for this guy, but I'm not gonna use him, of course. I have characters. You have warriors, which is these characters right here, and you have assassins or high DPS. They go behind targets. They target backline, stuff like that. Warriors are the people that are They're in the front. They're fighting at the front. They do decent amount of damage, and they're a little bit tanky, but they're not tanks. Or guardians. Guardians are tanks. They're your tanks, and each guardian does different. For example, Wonder Woman puts a shield around herself to mitigate damage, which you can see here. Wonder Woman shields herself, the Divine Power and Grand Divine Shield for to ally for 8 seconds. Don't she mitigates the damage that she take. If you look here, you have someone like Doctor Fate, who he's an A plus character, but I think he's an S plus character. That's in my opinion. He's an S plus character because he has an ability to give everybody in your team a shield for 60% of match XP. That's a lot. And in an arena fight, it counts. You're beating guy, you're about to win the fight, and all of a sudden Doctor Fate hit him with the shield. Now you're at a disadvantage because you gotta crack the shield before you get to them. And meanwhile, they're also doing damage to you. Stuff like that. Utilities. Those matters. For example, another one that I saw that was put I don't know, is he even in the ranking? He's not even in the ranking. Is he? Let me see. I'm looking here. He's not even in the ranking. Shazam. He is actually he is. He's a B character. But I think he's a S plus. He's a S tier character on the when you build him correctly. The reason why I said that is because Shazam, he does damage, right? But he also taunts enemy. So if you're fighting an arena, he taunts everybody. Now, if you have a healer like Mara, you can heal him. But it just doesn't end there. On top of that, when he gains the Courage of Achilles, he gets a reduced physical damage taken by 50%. That cannot be dispelled. Now, you put him and Stargirl on the same team, he's getting a 50% discount of damage, and Stargirls is stacking now with another 15%. You can see where I'm going with this. On top of that, I know you have someone who taunts the enemy, who can get a 15% damage reduction, and then can stack it with Stargirl for a 30% damage reduction. You see what I mean? Just because, like I said, don't believe in the tier list too much. Don't put your faith in the tier list too much. That would be one of my advice. The second one, as you can see here, Guardians, and then you have Supporter, which shows you understand what that means. Magical is people with the magic spears, and Intimidator. Intimidator are basically people that debuff enemies. That's what they are called, Intimidator. They basically debuff enemies. Like Black Canary, again, she silenced the enemy for 2 seconds. That's what Intimidator are. Just so you understand the category that we're talking about here. Now, within that bracket, there's also people from all different corps or all different family or all different like leagues within DC. As we know, Justice League is one of them. Dark Justice League is one of them. Batman and all the Batman family are one of them. The Flash family. So far, there's only one, but I'm assuming they will add. There's Barry Allen in the game. I'm assuming they're gonna add Wally in the game as well. But those are characters that may come because, as we know, DC characters are abundant. They're big. We're gonna have to add more characters. The tier list will change. Usability will change. That's all. It's all for the future. But what I mean by synergy, let's go back to that for a second. Synergy is this: when you're building your team, let's go here in the prep squad. When you're building your team, you'll see here I have my main team. This is my main team that I go and I take on main missions and such. If you look here, you'll see that I have the Justice League buff. Now, the buff activates when you have 3 people or more in your team. So I have Wonder Woman, I have Batman, and I have Superman in my team. Hence why I have the Justice League buff, which gives me increase my attack and HP by 10% each. Right? Different corp, different league will give you different buffs. For example, on my second team, I have the Bat family, which you saw for the Devastator. You have Batgirl, who's a weapon master, so I get 3 weapon master buff. But because Batgirl, Red Hood, and Batman are all from the Bat family, I get an increased 15% crit, which means when she casts her crit, instead of 15, I get 30%, since it stacks, right? And that's what I mean by synergy. Like, a beginner team, for example, could be as simple as, depending on what you roll, because I don't know what you will get, but I know for sure right now Red Hood is being given a lot, so you will most likely get a Red Hood. And I know you start with Green Arrow and you start with Wonder Woman, right? You get this. Now, if you get Batman early on, you put Batman on, you get Justice League, and Weapon Master, because Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, and Batman are in Justice League, and Green Arrow is a Weapon Master, Red Hood is a Weapon Master, and Batman is also a Weapon Master. So you get two buff. And you don't have to follow the buff. You can build whatever you want, but it would be just be recommended because it's extra stats. Why would you not want it? And especially when you have, if you take people from the same league, which is gonna be kind of hard, because if you just put a Justice League member here, for example, you get the Justice League member have 5% buff, which is 20% attack and 10% HP. Very, very useful. In any case, that's just an idea of how to make team. What else can we talk about? Yes, we can talk about the store. Make sure you always come in the store and check. As you can see, I cleaned out my store already. I buy certain things I don't buy, like this. I will buy it when I had a lot, but I don't have a lot, and I'm trying to save up on it for the weekend deals that we saw. We noticed last weekend there was a bunch of deal, so we noticed that. And oh yeah, I'll pick up my shelters money real quick. But yeah, no, this will, I think that will be. I mean, I think we cover a lot, but I think that would be the most basic way for starting people. We talked about your base. We talked about team synergy and team building. We talked about, don't judge a book by its cover. We mean its character. And like I say, I will be making it happen. But yes, thank you much for watching. I will make sure you stay tuned around here. I will make more videos relating to this. But this, I think, I'm sorry this was long, but I think this needed to happen. This needed to be talked about as a guide, to get some people in here. And like I mentioned before, I will put my where is it? I will put my my link in the description, so you can get some goodies. You get some goodie. We help each other out. Hey, if that helps you, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for you checking out my link, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.